Hello, welcome to Friday Facebook Live. And I'm Maureen Tara Nelson, and this is the very beautiful and talented Stacy.
Hello, lovely singles.
And I think it just turned on now. So just in case, again, welcome.
Take two.
Take two. Welcome to Friday Facebook Live. And this is the very beautiful and talented Stacy. Who you probably saw on our social media yesterday because we were working together in my home office. And I also have here our very handsome and very talented social media manager, Ryan.
Hello.
Hey, Brian.
Hi.
Can you project a little, right, please?
Hi.
Hi, no, I hear you, Ryan.
So, Ryan, we have such great news. Ryan is moving into Manhattan. And for those of you who don't know, we do have a Manhattan office. So we're going to have more coverage in our Manhattan office for those of you city peeps. You will enjoy having not only us always working for you, but new people. Just say if you don't like the Zoom interviews, but I mean, everybody does, right, Stacey? We're giving everyone a choice. Would you like to come in and talk to us in either Melville or the city?
Yeah.
Or would you rather Zoom?
We've been getting a great response to the in-home, at your comfort of your own home.
Comfort of your own home. You could be in your pajamas, in fact. Well,
I think people just feel it kind of takes the edge off. You know, I mean, we don't see it, being interviewed as intimidating because it's what we do on a daily basis, but I can see where those call up. It's their first time ever doing something like this.
Yes.
So I think that it kind of takes the pressure off, putting them more in a comfortable, place and putting them more in their comfort zone.
Yeah. And actually, I was kidding about pajamas. Don't call it, especially if I'm going to be doing the interview with you.
You don't have to be dressed to impress, please.
We want to see what your dating style is. So how you will dress with the interview is how we will assume you will go on your first date or your second date. Because again, now people can go out on their first dates. And if you have any questions on dating during the pandemic or what have you, you can check out all of our social media and you will be able to see different blogs or YouTubes on how to do so. And thank you for everyone that wrote in that saw the interview with Channel 12 the other day. That was very exciting for us to be asked to do that. And I think we better get right to the questions because we have so many appointments to do and so many matches still to send out. It's Friday, and we are still sending out matches.
35 days worth of stuff into 5 days. Actually, 6 worth.
Yeah, exactly. 7 days. So literally
24 hours in case anyone is ever wondering.
I mean, I know exactly how many matches I still have to send out, and it's Friday. Don't worry, anybody. I am not leaving my home office until I complete it. I'm praying it will take till tonight. It might take tomorrow. Between my appointments, I might have to be sending out more, or Sunday even. But don't worry, because everyone knows we work 7 days a week around the clock. So, okay, let's start with the questions because we're so crazy busy and you are too. So thanks for all joining in. We're really happy to see you all here.
Okay, question number 1. How long after someone is separated should they need to start dating?
This is an amazing question because we do not accept people that are separated that live together. Okay, you cannot do that. You most likely will get back together or, that's more go have fun and go do internet dating sites, but be safe, of course. So with us, if someone is legally separated, they don't live together, and they know they're getting a divorce, then if you realize life is short, which we all do, and you want love in your life, which we all do, that's when you give us a call. Just looking at my very handsome social media manager. He's also my son. So anyway, so it really depends upon the person. I know for me, many years ago, when I got divorced, I was happily divorced. So, hey, Maureen! My buddy Maureen is tuned in. Maureen, I'm not even sure if you're single because I can't keep up with my friend Maureen. I can't keep up with her. I just can't do it. Maureen, I can't. What? What?
No ring, no thing.
Oh, yeah. No ring, no thing. No moving in without a ring. Remember, Maureen, this is Maureen's advice. Okay, so.
Yeah, my mother's advice. Why buy the cow when you get the milk for free?
Oh, my gosh. My mother was the ultimate Catholic and the ultimate Catholic guilt. I think I've heard that after, let's see, when I was 10 years old, and she handed me the 4 lifestyle books. They're like little encyclopedias. Oh, look at Buster in the background. Look. Buster wants to see what's going on. Hi, Buster. Oh, my gosh. So, just in case, here's Bailey. Bailey's getting jealous. Anyway, so, Maureen, just say you are still single. Since you were single a week ago when we went out to dinner on Friday. So just a week ago, you were single. Don't know if you're still single anymore. We used to do something called Match Me Up Friday. The first thing we used to do is Ask Me Anything Friday and then Match Me Up Friday. And we would have someone. So say if you are single, who wants to be matched up with Maureen? And not me, Maureen. This Maureen. So let us know. She is beautiful. She is petite. She is everything you could ever want. So let us know. Anyway, okay, so that's my answer to being separated. It depends upon the person, but as long as you're not living together, as long as you realize that you want to find love with someone else, okay, not your ex, because if you're not over your ex, it's not going to work. So if you're over your ex and you're ready, that's when you give us a call. And I'm just going to give the phone number, 516-444-2861. Okay, next question. I'm all ready.
Next, what do you hear to be the most major turnoff for a man? So I
Can
know.
you? Okay, go ahead. You answer it first.
Neediness.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Now, the interesting thing, and I'm sure Stacey will agree, but I want her to answer this after. We can tell who is going to be a needy woman to a man because they're needy to us. So typically how clients treat us is how they're going to treat the person in their lives because that's their personality. And absolutely, Stacey, you are 100% right. Men do not like.
Thank you.
Okay, Ryan, would you like to add to that? Because when we had that question, you went like that.
No, I feel like
Project.
I feel like straight men are always like, girls wear too much makeup.
I love the voice. Okay, Okay, I'm going to do the voice, but anyone that knows me knows whose voice this is. And I'm surprised that Ryan did the voice, not realizing, because Ryan is exactly like me. Looks like me, acts like me, but he's even more of a spitfire. Okay, this is what he said, but I don't even, yeah, I guess it is true. He goes, I think what straight men usually don't want. Because remember, Ryan is a part of MTN Matchmaking. He sees everything going on with everything. So he did in this voice. I'm going to do the voice. I don't like someone who wears a lot of makeup. Did I do it good, right? Okay, so no one comment, but if anyone knows what voice that is, you could let me know. So, okay, let me just do the voice one more time. And this is for Jerry, who used to work for us, okay? Jerry. What are you, nuts? So, anytime I do a certain type of voice, a man's voice, sometimes I always do that type of voice. And it's just kind of funny that, I heard someone else do it right across from me. So, ladies, yes, men do say they don't want someone that's all made up. The natural look is in, and the pandemic, I truly think, has helped with that. That natural beauty and beauty within is a lot more important than someone that has a full face of makeup on.
Well,
Okay.
They do realize that the full face eventually has to come off, right? You can date the person.
Say it again?
I said, I would hope that everyone knows that eventually, if you're going to date that person, that full face eventually has to come off.
Exactly. And you don't want a woman who says, "Oh, I'm going to sleep in my makeup." Ugh. Wash your
Some
blanket.
people do that.
Oh, God.
I know.
More skincare, less makeup.
Yes.
More skincare.
Yes.
Say it with me, ladies. More skincare, less makeup.
Also, retinol is the only FDA-approved thing that gets rid of wrinkles and fine lines.
Did you hear that?
No.
Okay, say it again.
Retinol is the only FDA-approved, skincare product.
Mhm.
I know. I agree. Retinol is. I really want to go use it at once.
However,
I do stay out of the sun.
Botox is temporary. It doesn't get rid of the problem. It temporarily, fills and paralyzes the muscles, and could eventually cause muscular dystrophy if you overuse
okay,
it.
bye now.
That's why a lot of people who do Botox for 30, 40 years,
Mhm.
it looks like their skin is
Okay, so
just up against their skull.
if someone is doing Botox for 40 years, that's crazy. That amount of time. Could you see the comments?
Yeah.
Just in case. Anyone else?
Well, that's why I want to start young, because I figure if I start young,
Right.
what the hell am I going to do when I'm
Right.
much older?
However,
you know,
you might be like me and you might suffer from migraines. And one day my neurologist said, "I'm so sorry, Maureen. So sorry you have such bad migraines. The only thing that we can do at this point is to give you Botox."
Next question.
and I've seen it. They put it in your
Yeah, they
scalp.
do. They seriously
in the back of your neck.
Okay, go ahead.
Keep going. We have people to match here.
Oh my God, we have yes.
It's a major turn off for women.
Oh, okay. Major turn.
Ding, ding, ding.
Go ahead, you go.
Okay, so not being a man.
Oh, you mean like wimpy?
No, I mean
Oh, not being a gentleman?
being a gentleman, knowing how to make a decision, not, you throw them in a question and it takes an hour.
Right, so not being wishy-washy.
Exactly.
Yes. And yeah, I mean, we can tell that like that. If a guy calls up and he is wishy-washy, it's just not a good match because of the way our program is developed and how straight on it is and how focused it is if you are a man. So men do have an advantage in dating in general, wherever you go, ladies. Okay, so, but ladies, we just have to realize we are a team. And we at MTN Matchmaking can help you overcome the imbalance of how men do have it easier in dating. So, number one, if you're a guy, come to MTN Matchmaking because you're set. You are absolutely set. We have the absolute most beautiful women ever. If someone's
in and out.
Yep, they typically in and out. If If they're not,
Typically.
if someone, say, is annoying or needy to the point that we feel like we can't match them up anymore, they're not going to be a client anymore. We're not for everyone, and I don't put up with nonsense, okay? But again, if you're a guy, that's what you want, because on the internet, a woman could look beautiful, and then when you meet her, she's nuts. In fact, guys will say to me, the prettiest women that they meet on the internet are the most effed up. Right? Oh my God. Ryan is here, like, yeah, because Ryan hears the interviews. It's unbelievable. But here, we make sure that if someone is effed up, we don't care how beautiful you are. Our guys are not going to like that. So again, now ladies, you have the benefit of coming here because we're going to be your advocate. We're going to help you with that imbalance of the advantage that men have. Now, just say we don't help you. You're on your own on the outside world. And believe me, it's so much harder on the outside world. I'm not going to say there's not going to be ups and downs. There will be, because there's ups and downs in dating. There's no magic wand that a matchmaker can give you to give a woman instant results. It's how a person reacts to the ups and downs, which makes them successful or not successful. Right, Stacey?
1,000%.
So if you're like me, I always treat my clients like I would be a client. I know that there's ups and downs. I wouldn't be calling up my matchmaker complaining, blah, 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 blah.
On a Sunday.
You really want to, show your matchmaker that you're a bitch? That next guy, guys don't want bitches. They come in and they say they want nice, normal, sweet, and loving people. So, that's the benefit of matchmaking, the screening process. So, but again, 99% of our clients, male and female, are absolutely wonderful. And they're just so appreciative. Thank you. Again, I just have to say thank you for such kind words of everyone that saw the Channel 12 news interview. And let me just stick in here because I do think it's a little bit interesting. Anyone that looks at our social media, and if they see our YouTube videos or they see other shows that I've been on, I've been doing it for 19 years, so I could do it with my eyes closed. That particular interview, number one, it was something. I'm all about family. Family comes first. There was a huge family thing that I had to take care of right before that, to the point that my eye lashes that they put on just cried right off. Then on top of that, I had to try to put them back on myself, which you could imagine. Aw, thank you, Ryan. So good. Then on top of that, usually, every time I've ever, since the pandemic, have done interviews, I see that person. So that person is asking me a question. And think of how easy that is. You're just answering a question that someone is asking you. And if you've been doing something for 19 years, it's easy. You just tell what the truth is. That's it. Now picture you're doing an interview, and for whatever reason, and I still don't even know the reason, and I didn't even ask, there's no video. You can't see. Okay, so...
It was like a phone interview, but you were being recorded.
Yeah, yes!
Like you were being videoed.
Exactly.
The person wasn't.
Perfect. Ryan just said it was a phone interview, basically, but people were seeing me, and I didn't see anything. So it was a phone interview that I was being videoed on. So I thought that was really kind of funny because it made it much, much harder. And I've never had that before. So thank you. That's why the thank yous are really, really welcomed during that, because it was a much harder interview than I've done, just because of that. Okay, next question.
Next question. Do you think chemistry can grow over time? That's like one of my favorite questions.
Yes. This is what I love about what we do and what we do every day. You have to be compatible and you have to have chemistry. Everyone knows, they've heard me say it a million times. On your own, it takes 6 months to find out if you are compatible, and we have a very low percentage that you are going to meet someone and that person will be compatible to you. It's just the way the world is, the different dynamics, the way people were brought up so differently. There's so many factors and so many reasons why it's... Stacey will come back on. Yeah, she'll come back. So, but in our program, we get to know our clients so well, and I do hand-selected matches because I do all the matchmaking. Yes, she is. And she's back!
And I'm done. I don't know what happened. I'm here 1 minute gone to that.
Oh, remind me to call the dentist to reschedule. Thank you. Sorry. Today's one of those days that we do 10 things at once, and that's what makes everything so exciting. So,
All right, stop shipping.
Asa! Everybody needs an Asa! Okay. So, as I was saying, we make sure everyone is compatible in 3 ways. Now, we ask everyone to try to go out 3 times, or everyone still, well, most of our clients really like the Zoom or the Skype for a first date. Now, you don't have to do it. So, if you like it, you can do it. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it. Okay? It's whatever you want. But the benefit of giving someone 3 dates is you'll get to see the compatibility by the 3rd date. And no one is nervous anymore. Asa says hi. No one is nervous anymore after the 3rd date. And that is when chemistry starts. So for people that look at a photo, because we are the type of matchmaking service, we show photos. I've always believed in that. Even when I worked for another company once, it was the first matchmaking company I ever worked for, rather than a dating service. And the biggest thing was, you do not show photos. And I don't want to say why, because of the matchmakers that don't show photos, because we would never say anything bad about the industry. We love all of the certified matchmakers throughout the country. We help them, blah, blah, blah. We love them. But the thing is, I believe in it. So I always did it anyway. So, someone would come in and they knew, we don't show photos, but yet I would think of someone and I was like, wow, this person is great. So I would send the match, and the person's like, well, what does he look like? What does she look like? And I would say, okay, give me a second. And I would send it. So I've always been a big believer. The point I'm making is, if you are compatible in 3 ways, it is so much easier to have chemistry if you're compatible. Now, let me take it on the other end. If you are not compatible, you can have chemistry, but it's not going to last. And that's hard. And that's sad. Because if you meet someone on the outside world, how many of you have ever gone out with someone and 6 months thought she was the one. I thought he was the one. But we just have such different beliefs in certain things. And then they ask themselves, why didn't that come out on the first date? Why didn't that come out in the beginning? It's either the person didn't realize it, and that's what I would like to think, being a good person, or the person lied because they wanted to have sex. If a guy wants to have sex with you, he'll say whatever you want. You want to have kids? Sure, I'll have kids. Meanwhile, the guy's divorced, already has a child, and has told us he'll never have kids. So here, naturally, you're getting the truth because both people are paying. Okay, very important to know that. So when it comes to chemistry, it can grow. So if don't go by a photo, and that was the point of that. Sometimes our clients they'll make a mistake and they'll say, yeah, no, I don't like that photo. And then they'll see the person because anyone that takes our advice will be successful. Okay. Anyone that knows more than Stacy and I do about their love life, right, Stace? It's going to be a lot harder.
100%.
100% harder. And it's not about us. It's going to be 100% harder, I'm saying. And again,
well, the thing is, they get so caught up in wanting it right this second. And not
instant gratification, yes. Which it's impossible. It's impossible. Because, again, chemistry grows, and you might not see the compatibility, right away. That's why we ask, go out a few times. But again, you can't tell from a photo. So, okay, so what I agree with Stacy that women don't like if a guy's wishy-washy. But again, a guy that's wishy-washy will know over the phone and will be like, no way. A guy will typically call up and say, just so you know, I would like the interview, but I'm not ready to join now because I never buy anything, even a shirt, after I've thought about it for a month. Now, of course, I'm exaggerating to make it funny, or I'm trying to be funny, which Ryan tells me, good thing he stepped away for a second. He always tells me, don't try to be funny, because I'm not funny when I try to be funny. So, but anyway, there you go. All right, next question. Just because I see the time, and I want to make all of our clients that want to match this week, and they want to come off hold from the pandemic, and we are not starting their time until they actually get a match. Because again, we will do everything to make our clients happy and successful. Oh, Stacy, by the way, being in the city office yesterday, I got this little dress thing. Okay, this little dress. This is what I love about New York City. And again, please know, I'm not a cheap person. I would have bought this dress regardless of how much it was, okay? And I bought another dress that is amazing, amazing. Polka dots, form-fitting. Oh, my God, I love it. I've been swimming every day. I'm starting to actually get a muscle in there. You see, Stace? Can you see it or no? I used to have the flabbiest arms, but swimming is really, really good. And I go swimming every other day with my brother, Kevin. Are you still there, Stace?
Still here.
Okay.
Are you ready for the last question?
Well, wait. I want to just say, this dress that I got, this black one, and the one that I love, the polka dot, there's a surprise coming out at the end of the month with MTN Matchmaking for those that are. Remember how we said before about the importance of being like a great client, okay? So if someone is a great client, you're going to really be happy at the end of August for being that great client. And that's all I can say. That's all I'm going to say. But, so I got something for an event. Guess how much in Manhattan these two dresses were? And anyone? Guess.
Oh my God, I have no idea.
They were $5 each.
That is ridiculous. Amazing.
So my friend Jason, he is in real estate too. So we're thinking of getting a smaller office in New York City. And we are also, Ryan, who lives home here, who's our full-time social media manager. For those of you who remember, he was in college in the city at Hunter in the dorm. So he was never going to come home here to live. He was always going to get a great place in the city. But because of Corona, they closed the city and he had to come home. So we also did that. And Jason, who's great at real estate, so if anybody needs anyone that is fabulous in real estate, Jason was a gem. He took us around, he showed us everything, and then he knows of someone that has this one particular apartment building, and it like blew away everything else. It was amazing. So if you need anything for real estate, let me know and I will have you in contact with Jason. Which coincidentally, Jason used to do my social media years ago before I got into real estate. Isn't that crazy funny, Stacey?
Yeah.
So, okay, so Jason, at the end, Ryan's roommate, his best friend Nicole, she was meeting someone, they were picking her up. So we pulled over to the side of Manhattan. And I look over and there's a store, and I'm like, oh my God, look at those beautiful dresses. Again, I don't care about the price. I've never been like that, Stacey. You know that. If something is worth it, it's worth it. So I brought these two dresses up. She said $5 each. Now, if I had more time, I really would have, looked through everything else in the store, but I didn't have the time. I just saw from the car the most amazing dresses. Anyway, I just had to say that. And again, real estate, if you need anything or want the best of the best, Jason was amazing. Amazing. Maybe I'll tag him in this after if he wants. And you could just reach out to him. Okay, next question. Stace?
Okay. Yeah, I'm here. I'm just pulling it up.
Oh.
Next question is, what do you think the key is to keeping the spark alive when you just start dating?
Oh, you know what? We should add to that too. Not only when you first start, but when you've been married too. Okay? So it is really important to keep that spark alive. Okay? That's chemistry. So when you have chemistry with someone and you're compatible, you're set. Okay? You are set. However, that doesn't mean you can look like shit the rest of your life and that person has to love you. No. You still have to keep the spark alive. And there are certain things that I'm going to say, and then Stacey can add in because she's amazing. Stacey is our regional matchmaker. She is our certified dating coach. Everybody loves Stacey. Everybody. So, anyway.
Oh, thank you.
And she is a younger, more beautiful version of
I swear,
me.
the next time you say it. The next time you say it.
She really is. She is like, she literally is like, well, she's definitely family, okay? Does everyone know, though, that MTN Matchmaking is a family business, I hope? I hope they do.
Yes, that's where I will say we agree 100%. I feel 100% like family.
You are family. Oh, Leah! Oh my gosh, I didn't even see all this. And remember, Brian wants to see the dresses. Okay. Hold on a sec. Give me a second, Steve. You can answer the question. Oh, okay, well, here I come. So Brian is my brother, just in case you don't know. Okay, so Brian's my brother. So this is like this, okay? And I just share the business. Okay, if you provide a service to us and want to work for us, then absolutely yes. If you want to help us open up an office in Texas, then absolutely yes. If you want to head our new gay division, which we are starting, then yes. Okay, so this dress is I love it. I just didn't want to wear it because Facebook Live has knocked me off before thinking I was naked for wearing sleeveless. And they've done it twice. And you could look back on our Facebook Lives on our YouTube, and it's the one that I was with Frankie D. Okay, so Brian said, no, you said it's a family business. Yes, it is a family business. So what that means is that doesn't mean that everyone gets a share of the business. It means that my sister Jerry has retired 3 times and has worked for us. And almost all of my nieces at one time or another have worked for us. So, okay. This is the second dress. Okay, so can you see it, Stace? The dress? Okay, so it's form-fitting, and it has a slit down the front, super sexy, and I have to say, it fits my body well, and I don't usually say that, because you know how it's so much easier to be harder on your set self, so, $5. $5. Okay. Thank you, Brian. Okay, so what was the question again? I'm sorry.
How to keep the spark alive.
Oh, yes. Date nights. Very important. If you're dating someone and you like them, you have compatibility, chemistry, don't forget to set aside time for you. Doesn't matter how many kids you have. You have to take time for yourselves. Years ago, and again, the whole dynamics of dating and marriage and all of that has changed so much over the years. Thank you, Asa. So Brian tuned on. Ryan said hi. Yes. So years ago, my parents were married 50 years, and I have to say they didn't do anything for each other. They loved each other, 50 years and 6 kids, but their whole lives they just devoted to us.
What?
My parents, Grandma, and Poppy.
Mm-hmm.
But really, in this day and age, you have to make time for each other. So number 1 is date night. Number 2 is spark in the bedroom. Ladies, try to look sexy. Try to feel sexy. Sometimes if you just make yourself feel sexy, that's enough. I went out, when I was out in West Hampton the other day scouting out an office for out east, I was shopping in the main street, in the stores. And they had the most amazing skin products and oil for the skin, and I was calling up Ryan because Ryan's an expert on this, and he's like, that looks good, get that, this is not good for your skin, don't get that. So that stuff, when I put that on after a shower, I just feel sexy. So just do things that make yourself feel sexy, because if you feel sexy, that will resonate and you will be sexy. Oh, and by the way, Brian, you just missed Kevin. So Kevin and I swim together every other day, and Ryan actually came with us today, so that was really fun and exciting. So, okay, Stacy, what else would you recommend? I'm saying date night and always feeling sexy yourself.
I think you covered it all. I think that's really the key.
Okay. I think it's the last question next, and then we have to really get back to work. So
that was the last question.
Oh, okay.
When you're having fun.
Oh, hey, Leah. Again, how are you? How you feeling? When are you coming back? How's Florida doing? And anything else, let us know. But, okay, so we answered the questions, and sometimes people have questions here, and we're happy to answer them. Today, we are crazy busy. I am not leaving this house. So my friend Maureen is probably watching. She's probably working. She works at my favorite bar now. I have two favorite bars. One is Jackie Riley's because the owner, Sean, is so amazing. Remember, Stacey, you said he called just to be nice the other day?
Yeah, it's a total sweetheart.
So, that's always been, my bar, hanging at it. But Maureen has introduced me to her bar, which is McBride's. And I love that place. Of course, both Irish bars because I'm Irish.
Leah will be back in September.
Oh, okay. Good. Oops, oh, you're doing good. Okay, great. So, something I was going to bring up. Oh, so Maureen knows last Friday night we went out to dinner, and then I had to come home and finish working all night, and she went out later, which is cool. But seriously, I'm not leaving this house until I get out as many matches as possible. And then we have appointments Saturday and Sunday, both of us. But if you are a nice quality person, which I'm sure you are, looking for love, you want a screening process because we don't take in everyone, and you don't want the internet type of games and nonsense, that's when you call us, and we will squeeze you in somehow Saturday and Sunday. So give us a call or check out our YouTube. Right, Ryan? Didn't you say, as our social media manager, we want to ask everyone if they can subscribe to it? So if you could please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've never promoted that before because we would always put the videos somewhere else. So we have very, very little subscribers, right? And it's because whatever.
I'm going to sign off just because the love phone is ringing.
Oh, okay. That's what we call it. Love phone. Okay, bye. Love you. Okay, so if you can please subscribe to our YouTube channel because we're going to start posting our videos first on the YouTube channel. Right? So then people have an advantage or something that they'll get out of going right to our YouTube channel. So the YouTube channel is
youtube.com
/MTN Matchmaking. What the hell was that? Okay, my mother from heaven has given me signs like crazy. Okay, so thanks everyone for tuning in. We hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next on Friday Facebook Live a week from now. So everybody be well, be safe, wear your masks, wash your hands, don't kiss on the first date. But if you're our clients, you're going to know all this because we're going to walk you through everything. So glad you're doing well, Leo. And again, thanks everyone for tuning in, and have a great weekend. Bye.